Okay, guys, welcome to my session, the unknown features of VMware Horizon. So first, I'm going to have you read something, because we all need a disclaimer, right? I'll give you a moment to read this. And big thanks to that guy standing over there, because it's actually his. If there's anything you want to share with me, just do. If there's anything in the slides you want to use, please do. That's basically it. All good? All right, I'll just wait a few seconds until the last people are in, because there's even more coming, apparently. All right. So this is me. If you want to know me, I'll be here at the booth. Just leave it at that. I work for PQR now since a couple of months. It used to be Fondo, if you know the name. Not anymore. Picture taken. Picture taken. Good. All right, so the agenda. Just by a show of hands, who here knows these two features in VMware Horizon? That's not too many. Good, then my session has a use. Yeah, you know them, of course. All right, cool. So VMware Horizon Logon Monitor. This is actually, by default, in the Horizon agent. It's a service you enable. It used to be a fling, and it got productized because it was so handy. Just by a show of hands, who here has ever had to troubleshoot a slow logon in Horizon? Yeah, that's what I thought. So this is a default service. It's disabled by default, by the way, because VMware needs me to say this. It has a potential performance impact. If you enable this, it could lead to a little more CPU usage, a little more memory usage. But what it basically does is it logs everything that happens during logon to a text file. The only thing you need to do before you roll out your image is just enable the service. That's it. That's literally it. It will default to a directory on the C drive, but most of you probably use an instant clone desktop. So when that desktop gets logged off, the information disappears. So you can actually set this via a policy or a registry key to a share. And then it gets logged. You see the info in the text file. It shows the user, it shows the exact time of logon, the date, and so on. So you can actually do something interesting with this data. And what it shows you is a lot of components, like the profile, like VMware UEM. This is old. This is VMware Dem now, obviously. Group policies, shell load time. So you can compare this between your users or between images or versions or OTAP streets or whatever you need this for. Who here knows this specifically? VMware Horizon recording. So one or two, okay. This used to be a fling as well. It got productized in version 22.12, I think. And the setup of this is quite easy as well. It shows you what happened in an actual session. It does a complete recording of the user's session from beginning, from the start, to log off, and everything in between. This only works for VMware Blast, by the way. It grabs into the protocol, and it sends the IP4 stream to a data server. So what does this need? It needs a Windows server, to which you install the VMware Horizon recording server. It has a database, of course. It needs an NTFS folder to be able to share that, or to store that data. And it hosts a web service, which you can use to view the recordings or do any management. There's an agent side, of course, that needs to be in your desktop. It's either instant or full clone. Both are accepted. It's not only Windows. Recently, also Linux was included in this recording. So there's actually a Horizon recording agent for Linux now. It's based on .NET, and it only works with the VMware Blast protocol. So RDP, no. PC over IP, no. But we can forget PC over IP anyway, because it's going to be gone in a few years. So this is what the web console actually looks like. There's a recording, the recording location, how many recordings there are, how big the data is getting, of course. It's an IP4 stream, so it gets compressed quite a lot. And what it also does, it compresses the idle time even more, so you can actually skip through that if nothing is happening in that session. There's, of course, a mandatory notification. When that user session is recorded, the user, of course, needs to have a message saying, hey, watch this, you're being recorded. I actually had a customer asking me, can this be removed? But VMware Legal, of course, said, nah, we don't think so. You can actually split the recordings in multiple files if that's what your file system is used to. And based on or a group membership or a scripted action, you can start the recording. When the user is a member of the global group, it starts at logon, just for everyone that is a member of that group. And you can also choose to record either only local sessions, so within your data center, they come through the connection server, or the ones that come from the outside, or either which combination. It uses SQL, and you can also, of course, in terms of security, you can encrypt the data files so that not everyone can use them. It also has a role-based access, so you can have some IT admins do everything, or just view the recordings for your help desk, for instance. Of course, this will grow exponentially. If you start recording all your sessions, that data, of course, will be huge. You can set a retention setting. So this governs both the amount of recordings and the audit trail that goes with that. So this is actually what that looks like, if I can get the demo to run. So this is actually, from the moment the user logs on, it starts recording, and you just see everything that happens in that session. So this is my home lab. This is the notification I told you about. It's customizable, so you can put anything in there that you want. It has a timeout default, but of course the user can click that away. And bear with me, this is my lab, it's not too fast. So you can see everything that happens in that session. The resolution is the same, even if it's multi-monitor, that's recorded as well. And you can view the files separately, because they're just MP4 files that are hosted on the NTFS share. Or you can do that through the web console and view the recordings. So as I said, this is my lab. And everything I do, I'm going to start a program, do something in that program, which is then viewable by everyone and everything. Yes, I'm being recorded. Come on, lab. Come on. Oh, there it goes. So everything in the session is just streamed to the MP4 file. And you could use this, for instance, say someone at the help desk gets a call from a user saying, hey, something weird sometimes happens in my session. And it's a hard to reproduce problem. And you need to show that to a second line or third line engineer. But the explanation says, this happens. And the user tries this, and it won't. If you're able to record this and show it, it's so much easier to troubleshoot. So what you could also do is, the question I got from a customer is, when something weird would happen, say there was an external party doing something on your system that looks kind of funky, you could, of course, based on a scripted action, say, okay, this weird thing is happening, please start a recording, and that way you have some auditing of what actually happened in that session, in terms of security or whatnot. So one thing I want to grab your attention to, you all know the term VMware Flings, I presume. The Flings site, I don't know if you saw this, got discontinued. It's gone. So all that content that's on there, some of it has found a new room, like the EUC tools, for instance, are now hosted both on TechZone. So if you're looking for Flings that were there for a reason, you can now find them there until some new home will be found, and it's not clear yet, so we'll have to see. So if you have any questions about these features, please come to me. Talk to me. I'll be here. I'll be here all week, basically. All right, photos taken. And of course, this thing has to be mandatorily here. Please do the survey in the app. And that, for me, is all for now.